What's up, guys? DD here. Listen, I wanted to modify Dad's boat as it's ugly as shit, and I want to give it a little spice. So, let's get into it. I'll try to go one tab at a time, make sure you guys can keep up. Alright, we're going to start with this Viking cockpit there. Next, we're going to take 4 halves straight out of Deimos, the 2x1, and place them behind the cockpit. So, I chose to go living quarters, armory, back behind it, captain's quarters on the left, and a control station on the right, as it's least used and I won't be going there a whole lot, but it's still nice to have and gives a good feel to the ship when we're doing the tour inside. We're all done with the halves. Next, we're gonna jump into the shields. This Vanguard Bulwark shield generator for Class B is OP, as this whole build is gonna be Class B. This was originally Razor, jeez. But yeah, it got modified, so they're still calling it the Mantis. Alright, we're gonna place that underbelly back behind that Deimos hab. And up next, we're gonna take this cowling and place it right in front of the shield. Then 2 of these Deimos holes, we'll place them there. I'm trying to go straight down the list here so it doesn't get confusing. A little Deimos spine. We'll throw 1 more in case I decide to add a 3rd weapon. I currently have only 2. Okay, up next are these wings. So we'll take these wings and place them on the side of the cockpits like so. Gives it an aggressive look, but yet it's going to be streamlined too, and that's what I'm most excited about. So 2 Nova wings, take them, flip them, put them on the first slide of those halves. We're going to throw another one on this side. Perfect. 2 of those struts, each one on the wings, and I actually placed one on top of the cockpit too. You'll see me come back and grab it and place it there. So now some more of these Stroud wing caps, and we're going to place 4. 1 here, get them to rotate. Now I'll make up my mind here in a minute. Okay, there we go. There's that one. Oh shit. Okay, boom. And boom. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh yeah, she's starting to come together. There's that one that I forgot. Yeah, aggressive, streamlined, yet slick. Next, we're going to grab the Stroud nose cap D, and we're going to flip it to where it's facing outward. Same thing here. Boom. And I want 2 Deimos wings on the side of those nose caps. Wing. There's the wing right there. Okay. Boom. Boom. All right. 1 more on the other side. Yeah. I think it's coming together. Okay. So next, we are working with the bays. I decided to go with the Deimos bay for this build, and I think those running lights leading up to the walkway just looks ridiculously great. Okay, up next we have the Dockers tab. I'll take the slimmest one, as we're trying to keep that streamlined look, and place it back at the ship like that. Okay, engines tab, exciting part. 2 White Dwarf engines, and we're going to place those back of those nose caps. We're going to copy 1 more, place it there. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. 2 of the 1030 engines, we're going to slap on the back side. 1 there, another 1 there. Beautiful. Now we've got speed and maneuverability. Okay, fuel tanks up next. We're going to take 2 Ulysses style tanks. Mount 1 there, back behind the wing on the last open port of that hab. Throw 1 there. Right. What's next? Gears. Okay. We're going to use 4 of those landing gears for this build. You will only see me place 3. We're just going to rotate to get them to match up with those engines best as we can, like so. Throw 1 in the middle. You'll see me come back and place 1 more after I do the final check. But yeah, let's get into the next one. So we've got the grav drive. I went with the A grav drive simply because it's already giving me plenty of power. I think it's 22 jump. We'll see at the end of the video. But weight-wise, I'm trying to keep it as maneuverable as possible, and of course as light as possible. So now on this ignition reactor, fast ignition reactor, if you didn't notice, it's 27 pips. It gives me 27 pips to work with, which which is absolutely ridiculous. Up next, we have the cargo tab, and we will use probably something that'll make it look, like I said, streamlined but still rigid. Bingo! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Throw that bad boy right there. One more on the other side, make it marry up. Yeah, that's looking good. Let's do that check now. I bet y'all find that something is off. I knew it. Just take one, copy it, slide it up to the front. Now you have your 4 landing gears. Everything checks out. So I do have to say, working with the weapons, the most expensive part of the build, of course, I didn't know what to go with, and I played around a little bit. I put some different ones on it. I put some auto turrets on it, and I got to tell you, it didn't make one bit of difference for me. The fact that the auto turrets were firing their entire time at 3 different ships was just not giving me the full immersion. They're just looking at everything and firing at everything. Now, these neutron beams, however, are shredding them from afar and up close. So you can start from afar, get a little closer and end up doing some more damage. I went also with 3 of the helium beams and the auto ones specifically because of the faster fire rate and slightly greater damage overall. So we're gonna put 3 of those on the ship. 1 there, 1 there, and then 1 on top, which will give us a great look. Yeah, great firing positions too. Got the top, got the bottom, we got the left to the right. We need to assign our weapons. Let's do so. Bada bing, bada boom. Both of them assigned. We do have to paint it, but before we do, I need a name for this ship. Help me name my ship. Right now it's still Dad's boat and it will remain so until y'all help me out, man. So with the color variation, this is going to be a lengthy process because you have to paint it piece by piece, and I could never make up my mind. So I chose to work with black, white, and red. The base of the ship is white, so I kept it as color 1. I went into the Deimos hull and I started painting those. So I know I wanted the top to be black, and which I did. I kept the Deimos cowling with the 2 Deimos hulls black with red stripes, just to match that shield, because the shield is also black and red, and that's kind of the feel that I wanted to go with. Okay, got it looking right. Yes, don't worry about the wings. I know I've already painted the wings. I'm going to go back and I'm going to redo those. I could just skip that portion, but we're working on the cockpit next, so just stay with me here. I feel that going black and white on the cockpit is the best way to make that stick out. Like I said, don't worry about the wings. We're going to come back and hit them one more time, but I do want to ask you in the comments, what are some of your favorite color variations? I think black and white with the Novas and with the Deimos specifically make them look very aggressive. Okay, up next we're going to work with those 2 side Deimos wings on the side of the cockpit, and I want red inside of them, just like that. 2 red stripes look great. For these nose caps, I also want red inside of those wings, so like so. Yes, aggressive but streamlined. That's the theme for today. So, and I'm also gonna paint both of these struts. I know I'm only working on one. We'll come back to the other one. I want it black. And I think that'll tie off nicely. You'll see why, because I'm gonna paint the 2 Nova wings that are back behind the struts. I'm gonna paint the trim of them black. The underbelly, I want it to go black on the outside, but keep the engines white. So just gonna change that around like so. Nobody needs to see those. When you're flying in space, you don't want to see that. You just want to be aggressive and streamlined. Okay. So now on to our fuel tanks, and I'm gonna end up going with red on the outside strips and on the inside strip, but the outside will be white and the engines will remain white as well. Okay, that looks good. I'll leave that as is. Just coming along, y'all. Now, the wings. Let's change the wings. I don't know if I like that butterfly style. Let's Give it a little more aggressive outside edge. Maybe black on the outside edge. Let's see. Yeah, that's money. I like it. Runs from the cockpit over to the wings, over to the top white wings. I like it. Okay, up next, we're painting both of those Nova wings, and I want to go with the black trim, and I'm going to keep those white. Okay. The engines, I'm also going to paint some black trim to kind of give it that streamlined look. Yeah. I'm liking it. Okay. This is what we got. We're going to do a little walk inside. I'll show you how the setup looks, and I promise you that that is the only ladder in the game that you don't have to climb. All right. See the Vasco teleport? Yeah, that's fucking great. All right, got the cockpit there. I'll pop it open. We're not gonna go check it out. This is the all-in-one hab. Yeah, you get some weapon storage, just a little bit. Get a little chair. Sam, what's up? Just sitting, chilling. Captain's quarters. Of course, you get the bed for that 10 XP once you're well rested. We got the armory up next. Yep, I'm gonna be putting a whole lot of weapons in here. So, control room, computer room. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. That diesel punk style buttons and switches. Perfect. All right, so let's get into the cockpit itself. I love the way this cockpit looks too. Plenty of room. Most of the time when you're traveling, you don't have to go look for your companion. They're always there with you, so it's really good. All right, up and away. Let's go test this build. I have to tell you, the shields at 1452, I mean, that's going to take a pounding. Playing with the pips is a little bit challenging. Do you kill your engines and simply put everything into the firepower, or do you stay and keep your engines a little higher so you can have more maneuverability to take their back? I've tested it multiple ways, multiple setups, and I gotta say the engines play the biggest part because I'm able to take their back very easily. Able to rotate around when they're throwing missiles. I'm simply boosting and then kicking my thrusters in order to drop that lock, and that's your result. There's a level 32 just pounding on me in a level 14, but they're not able to lock. Every time they lock, I just boost away. Boom. Time for that 32. Okay, that one landed. But once again, right here, look at what happens. This is engines versus shields. Engines versus their missiles and lasers and everything else. You take their back and there's nothing that they can do. As long as you maneuver, you will have the upper hand in a fight. This is on the hardest difficulty as well. So yeah, I would say the only time that I did run into some trouble is when I had 3 level 44 Varun ships on me, and they sat there and pounded on me out in the open space. I had a really difficult time to get away, and I had to abandon my game plan, maneuver around, and get in the right position. I want to say thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you found it useful. Drop in the comments your thoughts. What's your favorite ship builds? I want to know, what do you think about the engines? What do you think about me putting the whole ship together, the color scheme? So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Till next time, Diddy's out.